Welcome to SUSD Spotlight, your go-to source for all things happening within the district. Whether it's celebrating student and staff achievements, delving into trending education topics, or highlighting inspiring human interest stories, we've got you covered. Join us as we illuminate the incredible endeavors taking place in our schools and forge connections within our community. Get ready to be informed, inspired, and engaged as we embark on this journey together, spotlighting the extraordinary in SUSD. Welcome to another edition of SUSD Spotlight. Today we are really excited to welcome in studio 8th grade student from Mohave Middle School, Lucas Taylor, along with his teacher, Stephanie Murphy. Welcome.
Hello. I'm so glad that you guys are having me here in this podcast.
So Lucas, tell us a little bit about your experience as a student here in Scottsdale. You're at Mohave now. Did you start in elementary school in Scottsdale?
Yeah. So I started off in Navajo Elementary School in the first grade, where I spent the first 2 years in special education class until I decided that I wanted to spend most of the day in gen ed classes.
Okay.
And by the time I graduated, I actually spent most of my days in gen ed classes. And now that I'm in 8th grade, I'm getting ready to graduate and go to Saguaro High School next year.
Well, that's very exciting.
And Stephanie, you're one of Lucas's teachers now. So how long have you known him and been working with him?
I have known Lucas since he was in 6th grade. So for 2.5 years, he has been in my classroom.
And you've been a teacher in the district for how long?
I believe this is my 18th year in the district.
Oh, wow. And we were just in your classroom the other day, and you've got a great team there.
We do. We have an amazing team. We've been working together, most of us, for about 15 years. So we have 3 paras who we just are family.
So Lucas, you said you started in special education classes, and now I heard that you are the class president at Mohave.
Yes, I am. And when I was in 7th grade, which was last year, I actually ran for class historian.
Okay. And is that what then inspired you to run for president this year?
Yeah. Yeah, I see. One reason I chose to be the class president for this year is because I thought that it would be a really great position or a great leader position that I could be in.
And what kinds of things do you hope to see happen on the campus of Mohave as a result of your presidency?
Yeah, one thing that I hope to see is students getting better and learning more.
Nice. And how hard was it to campaign? You know, we're in the middle of a political season and we see signs everywhere. Did you have to make signs, and did you have to go shake people's hands and get them to vote for you? What kinds of things did you do as a candidate for the presidency?
Yeah, so one thing that I'm actually doing right now is I'm talking to other people, and I'm just going up to them, giving high fives and giving them handshakes and saying thank you to them for voting for me.
I think that's really inspiring. What is it about Mohave that you like most?
Yeah, what I really like most about Mohave is that all the teachers I've had are super nice, and they treat me very respectfully and properly.
Are there other things you are involved in at Mohave?
Yeah, so other things that I'm involved in at Mohave are, of course, I'm actually a part of National Junior Honor Society.
Wow, that's very impressive. What does that entail?
Yeah, so one thing that you do with being in National Junior Honor Society is you get like community service hours where you do things like, picking up trash, helping the homeless people, all kinds of stuff.
So you've been making a difference in the community through that organization, and now as a leader on campus too.
Yeah, pretty much.
Were you nervous to go for this position?
Yeah, I was a little bit nervous, but it's actually going great.
That's so exciting. So Stephanie, Lucas talked about having started in special education, making the transition into gen ed classrooms. Can you talk a little bit for our listeners about what it entails when someone has an individualized education plan and moves from a special education environment into general ed, and the kinds of supports you as a teacher are able to provide?
Yes. So for Lucas specifically, he started out having some challenges in self-regulation And as we came up with a plan to support him and his needs, he was able to make progress. And I believe what happened was at Navajo, they encouraged him to go in the general ed setting, which and be around his peers. And so when he came to Mohave, we had a plan set in place where he had supports and visuals that helped him and reminded him of what he needed to do to be successful when he was in the general ed setting. And every year he made more and more progress. And so now he is there all of the day except one period. He's with me.
When you see that kind of growth, that has to be the goal for every student.
100%. So especially for Lucas, when Lucas was in 6th grade and he came in, he was very timid, very shy. If I asked him to take a note next door, he would kind of get quiet and say, no, thank you. And then the next year, I pushed him a little bit more, and he said, okay, I'll go out for historian. And when he made that and the other peers were cheering him on, I saw the self-confidence increase. And so when I suggested, hey, you should go out for student body president, he was like, okay. And so as a team with his family, we really were like, let's push him and let's do what it takes to get him there. And he has been able to do it.
Lucas, what does this say? What does this story tell others out there who might be a little nervous, but, and a little nervous about giving it a go? What would you say to them?
Yeah, so one thing I could say to them is you could be excited about other things you could do, even if they seem very scary at first.
So you talked about it being scary. How was it when you got to be on TV to talk about your presidency and your victory when you ran for office?
Yeah, so with my campaign video of me being for class president, I was a little scared about that, but I actually got through all the words, every single part of my campaign video, and lots of people really enjoyed it, which is great.
You're truly an inspiration, Lucas. And I think about a video that I saw of you maybe playing a guitar or something. Can you tell me about that?
Yeah, so in my video, I was actually playing one of my electric guitars. In the video, I was doing like an intro and an outro section of the videos before actually going into the speech, which tells all about me running for president and the ideas that I'm having for president and how to make students be better. Yeah, so right now I am here to share all of you my campaign video that I made on being the student class president and the video that a lot of students liked and the video that they watched and causing them to vote for me. Hey, Mohave Middle School! I'm Lucas Taylor and I'm running for class president. I've been at Mohave for all 3 years at middle school, and in that time, I've seen how special our school is. We're a community, and as your class president, I want to make sure everyone feels included and heard. My first initiative, Pet Therapy Day, is all about making our school a happier place. Imagine being able to take a break with some friendly, fluffy animals. It's a fun way to bring a little joy and relaxation into our day. But it's not just about having fun. As your president, I want to make sure your voices are heard. That's why I'm introducing Student Voice Forums. These will be regular meetings where you can share your ideas, concerns, and suggestions. Leadership isn't just about making decisions, it's about listening to what everyone has to say. I want to be the kind of president who listens and helps turn your ideas into reality. And of course, we can't forget to have a little fun along the way. That's why I'm planning some jam sessions where we can all come together and enjoy some music. No experience required, just bring your enthusiasm. At the end of the day, I'm here to serve you, to create a school environment where everyone feels welcome, included, and excited to be a part of something great. So let's make this year the best one yet. Vote Lucas Taylor for class president. And together we'll make Mohave Middle School an even better place to learn, grow, and have fun. I'm Lucas Taylor and I approve this message.
What about when you played at school?
Yeah, So when I played at school, everyone thought that was so exciting. They even thought that I should play 2 more times that day.
Well, that's exciting. And were you playing with anyone or just by yourself?
I was playing with a police officer, and that police officer is Officer Steele.
That's pretty exciting. And is he any good?
Yeah, he's good at guitar, just like I am.
Yeah, it's really impressive.
It's got to be neat to see Lucas step up in this way and now be a role model for others on campus.
It really is. And watching the supports from the peers on campus was amazing. When he played, I just got the goosebumps listening to everybody chant his name. He was so stoic in his performance. So as we recorded, I mean, they were just chanting and screaming and people were dancing. And then when they said, "Can you play in the hallway?" I was like, absolutely. So, I mean, we kind of stopped in the hallway, played, people were cheering for him. And that is really what we want as teachers,
Right.
is the community and the support for all students.
It says a lot about the school community, the student body, the supports that are there for all the students.
I mean, truly, I really believe that Mohave has a great community from all the staff to the teachers to the students. They are so understanding, compassionate, and supportive of Lucas. I've witnessed on many occasions where they're like reminding him, "Hey, let's do this." Or if he's having a challenge, they step in so an adult doesn't have to. And that is what we want in the end, is a same-age peer to help him.
Well, sometimes people make judgments about individuals based on what they look like or perceived ability or disability. And I think this is a story about not making those judgments, but rather getting to know the power of the potential in the individual and providing the support to help them be successful.
I agree. I actually heard students on our campus say, "Do you remember Lucas when he was in elementary school? Look at him now." And so they're able to see the growth that Lucas has made, which is a great feeling.
And what are you most proud of, Lucas?
Yeah, the thing that I'm most proud of about myself is that I have gotten more and more confident throughout the years and the time being that I've been in school.
Seems pretty obvious to me that you're ready for that trip over to Saguaro High School. What subjects interest you most when you head to high school?
Yeah, the subjects that will interest me more is of course having science and taking music classes and taking math classes.
That's really exciting. Have you visited Saguaro?
Nope, I haven't. I've never even been inside the building.
Okay, well, we're going to have to make sure that happens for you.
Yeah, good opportunity to tour and start making some connections. Maybe you'll be a student body leader over there too.
Yeah, that's also my prediction.
So earlier this week, you helped with a group of individuals, adults, that were visiting Mojave's campus. Can you tell us about being a student leader on the campus and helping show others from our community what is happening at your school?
Yeah, so yesterday I was giving some realtors that came to the school a tour around the school. Like, we showed them like every single place down the hallways, and we even stopped through a few of the classrooms. And the tour was also about is about seeing what those people think about their students going to the school, and if it's a great school that they can take their students to.
What kinds of things did we get to see on the tour?
Yeah, the things that we saw on the tour are like the different classes of all grade levels, and of course every single detail of the entire school.
Yeah, we saw dual language immersion, we saw the band and orchestra, STEM, and we were able to drop by your classroom too.
Yeah, and we also went to Miss Murphy's class, and we also went to my art class, which is Miss Brayfoggle's class.
That was very neat to see. Pretty impressive art projects. And I recall you telling us who your favorite artist is, or who you're drawing inspiration from these days.
Yeah, so in art class, we were working on a project, which is we were doing these paper mache letter things with cardboard and paper dipped in glue, and we were also doing paint, and with the project, we also had to choose which artist inspires you. And the artist that inspires me the most is Jackson Pollock.
Very cool. You guys were learning a lot about different artists and how to express yourself, right?
Yeah.
So when you think about people who are inspirational, one of the things I'd like to ask the guest on our podcast is to think about a teacher who made a difference in your life. And Lucas, I'm going to come back to you second because I want to start with you, Miss Murphy, to talk about, is there a teacher in your career that you would like to elevate and celebrate for the impact they had on your decisions?
Absolutely. So I actually graduated from Coronado High School. So I was able to go through Hohokam, Supai, which is now Tonalea, and Coronado. And as I reflect on my style of teaching and why I became a teacher, I think of one teacher, Trisha Mitchell. She was a science teacher at Coronado.
Okay.
And I really believe that she has taught me how to be a teacher. She allowed me a place to go and a sense of belonging when I went to Coronado. So there were days that I honestly went to school just to go to her class. But she encouraged me and still pushed me to make sure that I was doing my individual best. And we still communicate to this day. So that shows that, Scottsdale and the Coronado community, I still talk to a few teachers that are still there.
That's a really powerful testimonial. Thank you for sharing that. And I'm so glad that you're a SUSD legacy.
I am.
And Lucas, if you think about a teacher who's really made a difference in your life, who might that be and why?
Yeah, so one teacher that I can list that has made a really big difference in my life is, of course, Miss Murphy, because she has helped me a lot with building my confidence and even with my schoolwork and stuff and speaking.
It is really obvious to me that the relationship that you two have developed is pretty special, and it reinforces what we talk about often here at Scottsdale Unified, and that is the reason why we do what we do is because kids. And today we've been able to celebrate the relationship that you two have developed and your successes, Lucas, as a leader on the campus of Mohave. And we are looking forward to watching you continue to be successful as you head off to Saguaro. And maybe we'll have you back on a future podcast so you can talk about your high school experience after you get there.
Yeah, that sounds like a great idea.
Well, we're so excited that you tuned in to listen to this edition of SUSD Spotlight.
Yes, and we hope that you will tune in to future episodes and pitch us your ideas. You can find us on our website, susd.org/spotlight.